What is up? Welcome to Virtual Redban number 658, New Worlds. Let's check out some new worlds, including let's check out some Barbie worlds, because that's what's so popular right now. And I know at least there's one Barbie house that we can probably go to. I give a fuck. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am having my first drink of the night. Cheers to you guys. I am drinking out of a Death Squad mug. You know where that goes. That means if you want a Death Squad mug, you can go to shopsquad.tv. There you have the Death Squad mugs. You got the brand new hat. And coming very soon, I'm guessing the end of this week or the beginning of next week, we have new shirts. We have 3 new shirts. And I got the message today that they are printing now. Look at that pile of shirts. Those are Death Squad shirts that have not been printed on. It looks like we got some long sleeve, soft, nice and soft, not that gilded shit. Nice soft long sleeves. We also have some short sleeves. 3 different shirts are printing right now. And they're all ink discharge shirts. A lot of other shirt companies, a lot of other merch that you might get from comedians and musicians and stuff like that. They do something called screen printing where, like, if you get a t-shirt, you can feel the t-shirt print on it. Like, if you touch your shirt, you'll be like, oh, I feel it. These shirts are different. It's actually an ink discharge where they pretty much, the simple way to say it is, I guess, is they bleach the shirt and then they re-ink the shirt. So the ink is actually built into the shirt. You get a softer shirt. They last longer. But the main thing is it's soft. I love it. I've been using an ink discharge for most of the shirts over at Shop Squad for years now, ever since the beginning, actually. When I found out about it, I was like, because I went to a t-shirt printer and I'm like, I took my favorite shirt and I'm like, why is this shirt so like comfortable? Like, why? And he goes, oh, that's called ink discharge. We don't do that. That's more expensive. We just do shitty shit. And it's like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm going somewhere else. And then I found, when I was in LA, I found a company like an hour away that not every place does this. Like most t-shirt companies don't do this. So I found a place in LA that was an hour away. I used them for a lot of the Death Squad shirts in Los Angeles. And then when I moved out here in Texas, I found an amazing printer that does only discharge. And so look for those shirts coming very soon. All of the shirts and all the shit can be found at shopsquad.tv, or you can go to deathsquad.tv. Death Squad, that's right, the original website where you can see every past episode of Kill Tony, including what people are saying is their favorite episode of Kill. People are saying this is their favorite episode ever of Kill Tony. I love it. Adam Ray, one of the funniest people on Kill Tony. He was made for Kill Tony, and so was Rich Voss, just his roasting, and they went together so well, and so much fun on this episode. If you haven't seen it yet, it was one of my creepiest moments of all time. One of my creepiest moments of all time when Tony pulled up this lady.
Up tonight. So what I did, I went through the bucket and it took me a while. This is a heavily, very, very real sausage stew in this bucket tonight. But I was able to find a female comedian. Hopefully this is a female comedian. We're gonna fingers crossed here. Make some noise for Ellie in space, everybody.
Yeah, so, and what was weird is when she came out of that curtain, I immediately go, wait a second. I know this person. I told Tony right there. I don't know if you could hear him. I know this person. Anyways, ended up, what's so weird about this lady is just the night before, it even might have been that morning. I'm starting to think, if I remember correctly, I think it was that morning when I was eating my coffee. I eat coffee. I was drinking coffee and I was doing my normal rounds on the social media platforms. And I was on Reddit. I know. I was on Reddit and I came across a thread where they were saying, hey, this lady's interviewing people that are waiting to go on Kill Tony in the audience. And so I watched the interview. And if you wanted to see the original interview, I think I have it on my Twitter right now. Let me just, oh God. If you go to my Twitter, I'm sorry, my X. How dumb is that shit, guys? If you go to my X, I actually found the video that I watched. And now I saw this on Reddit, and she was just going around interviewing comics waiting to go up on Kill Tony. You know how we have them all lined up in the alley.
Where I can pay my bills with comedy.
You may not know, but I've been trying my hand at stand-up comedy.
Now, I don't know if you heard that voice. I don't know if you know, but I was trying my hand at stand-up comedy. Now, sure, at first you're like, well, that does sound a little odd, but why? It's because she used to be a reporter. And that's what the Reddit, what I found on this Reddit thread that I think has since been deleted. I've been trying to find that Reddit thread. But anyways, I watched this video and I thought she did a really good job interviewing everybody. But the one thing I was like, she used to be a reporter. Why is she interviewing all these Kill Tony people? Now I started to kind of think like, oh shit, are they doing some undercover news report on Kill Tony? I immediately went into, research mode. You know, got to protect our baby show. If there's some kind of news report going on about our show, I need to find out about it. So I Googled her and I watched some videos. I looked at her Instagram, but I also noticed that she had a second YouTube page. Her YouTube page, which is pretty successful because she reports on SpaceX and Tesla. And, you know, any female that reports on SpaceX and Tesla, you're going to get a lot of nerds looking at them jugglers. Anyways, I found out she had an older YouTube page. And so I was like, that's interesting. So I clicked on it and I found this video. And this video was her move to Austin. And so, of course, I was like, I have to watch this video, right? I have to watch this. But what came across on Kill Tony, imagine I spent, I don't know, an hour, just hours before this, maybe, I think it was that morning. Let's just say it was 8 hours, not 8 hours. 8 hours. Let's say 8 hours prior, I did like a whole research report on this girl. Like, imagine I was doing homework on a project. I went through her videos like, oh, she's a reporter. She just moved here. And then she gets on stage. Now I'm like flabbergasted at this point. I'm like, I can't believe I just watched all these videos of this girl and she's standing right here. And if you know anything about my, I guess, character on the show or Redban in general, I always lean on the creep, being a creepy. And what a perfect way to do that.
Truck. Okay, so this
So,
is where...
hold on. Let me, oh God, this is embarrassing. Let me just, wait. Oh, it's this video. All right. So.
Most of them, yeah. I moved here February. So.
Portland.
Yeah.
Used to be in the news industry for 7 or 8 years.
Wait, what?
And it freaked her out. It pissed Tony off because Tony thinks I'm a creep already. And, you know, I explained it to her that I saw a video on Reddit, and there was a few jokes about it. A lot of fun stuff happened with her. And there was another creepy part that I just wanted to show you.
I mean, at a 90-degree angle.
Let's see if I could find it. I don't know what the timestamp of this is.
It was a
Oh, that was it.
Oh
Damn.
my God.
It was a 16-hour drive and it was rainy when she left. It was. It was actually misty.
Now, I said it was actually misty. Last night, when I got home from recording Kill Tony, me and Janice watched it again because she hadn't seen it. And I was like, how do I remember it was... Did I make that shit up that it was rainy or misty? Because, I mean, this was 3 weeks ago. So I searched every single video I can find. And then I remembered, oh, she has this other YouTube page. It's not on her normal YouTube page. It's not on her normal Instagram. It's not... Yeah, I even looked at TikTok videos. I was driving myself crazy trying to find how I knew this. And it was because I watched this video of her moving to Austin.
Vlog of my trip. Well, some of you guys wanted to follow along with my moving vlog. So here we are in Portland, Oregon. It is very lightly misting, so I'm glad.
Misting. Now, that's crazy, the fact that I saw her. I mean, I looked at all these videos just hours, before she went on. And I get it, man. Even watching that is the most creepiest fucking shit anymore. I just thought it was so fucking funny, though. What are the odds? What are the odds that I remembered it was misty, too? I don't know why I that burnt into my head. But I just thought that was funny. Anyways, Ellie in Space is her name on YouTube. Check out Kill Tony YouTube, obviously, for the latest episode with Adam Ray, Rich Voss. It is so fucking funny. There's a lot of shit that happened, not just this part. And you don't even understand what happened. I mean, me just being creepy it's not even the highlight of the interview with Ellie in Space. But check it out, Kill Tony 620, Adam Ray, Rich Voss, youtube.com/Kill Tony. Of course, you could always go to just deathsquad.tv for every past episode of Kill Tony. I don't know if you guys are paying attention if you watch this show. This show has just been blowing the fuck up lately. It's just, the episodes are getting in better and better. And not next week, but the week after, something huge happens, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. You guys are gonna shit yourself when you find out what happens in 2 weeks. All right. Anyways, go to deathsquad.tv for all the Kill Tonys. You can even hit Shop Squad at the top, or you can click on the Sunset Strip Comedy Club right here at the front. That is my comedy club. Click there to go to the website, sunsetstripatx.com. You can scroll through all our shows, including the great Casey Rocket on it does shows there, a bunch of shows all week, but most importantly, The Secret Show every single Thursday. You've heard it on Kill Tony, The Secret Show Thursday. This week we have a lot of fun surprises on this show. Yonder Wizard always starts the show at 7:30. 8 o'clock is nonstop comedy all night. We usually have 14 or 15 comedians. A lot of Kill Tony people that you love from Kill Tony. A lot of people from out of town, Comedy Store, New York. And this week's going to be a lot of fun. So go to sunsetstripatx.com to get your tickets, or just all these links, everything I've been talking about, can be found at deathsquad.tv. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You could also send me an email or P.O. box right there. Yes, you can. Boom. All right. So tonight we are going to go to some new worlds, some new Barbie worlds. all that jazz. There is like a Barbie house. Like here's a little example of a Barbie house that we might go to. Barbie dollhouse. We'll check out some other stuff, maybe Barbie related. I'm not really. I know. Have you guys seen the Barbie movie or the other movie? I have no desire to go to the theater and see them, but I am interested in seeing the Barbie movie. I heard it was fun. A couple of my friends compared it to like an old Austin Powers type humor. So yeah, we'll check out some of that, and we'll just check out some new worlds. We haven't done an episode of new worlds lately where we just check out the newest worlds in VR chat. We do have a little bit of news that we can check out tonight. One, I don't know what you guys think of that new Twitter X thing, but I think, God, you know, as somebody that started off with Twitter almost day one, I've been a member. I signed up for Twitter, I believe, May of 2008. I've been with Twitter and I've seen the ups and the downs. I saw when they killed Vine. Remember when Twitter killed Vine? They bought Vine and then killed it. It was a very sad day for me. I loved Vine. And isn't it funny that if Vine was still around with the success of TikTok, that would be one of the biggest corporations ever. If YouTube would be billions and billions of dollars extra a year if they just didn't close Vine. And then we all saw Periscope, which is something that we all loved, or I loved. I Periscoped the shit. I found, by the way, a backup of all my Periscopes that maybe I'll put some classics online or something. Like when I used to eat McDonald's and Taco Bell in the shower. Any of you guys watch that? How disgusting that was. And then they killed Periscope. I mean, God, all those Brody Periscopes gone. Periscope was fucking great. I can't believe they killed that. But I still held on. I still like Twitter. I like the idea of Twitter where you know, it's more like a news and you know, it's like, oh, there's an earthquake, you know, and it's just a good place to go to and chat. I mean, you know, lately it's been pretty spammy, I guess is the word. I get a lot of spam on it now, which is unfortunate. When Elon Musk bought it, he made the company private. So I was a stockholder, and so I got bought out on my stocks, which kind of sucked because I liked having Twitter stock. I had it for a while, but I made a little bit of cash, nothing crazy. I didn't have many stocks. And then, you know, when Elon bought it, he fired everyone, which I think, you know, cutting the fat, I think that was smart, cutting a lot of the fat of the company. But then it was also, you know, it just seemed a little out of control. And let's be honest, Twitter recently has been kind of like sketch as fuck. And now with this newest thing, calling it X, taking away that beautiful bird logo. I mean, I love that little bird logo. And I have something different because I was before Elon bought it, I was like a Twitter, I don't know, blue account or something like that. I forget what it was called. So I have even been rocking a black Twitter logo on my iPhone right there. I don't even have the blue Twitter because that was one of the perks, which they no longer offer. And now that stupid X logo, dude, and taking away the bird logo. And I mean, come on, man. Twitter's been around for so long. You know how hard it is to have a social media company last this long? I mean, everyone knows Twitter. Twitter's a common, it should almost be in the dictionary, right? Twitter is, I mean, you should be celebrating how many people are still use Twitter every day. And now Twitter is a household name. And just to throw all that away and just put a big freaking X there. And now they're calling it's like, no, it's not Twittering or it's not tweeting anymore when you tweet. It's called Xing. I'm like, God, this is just. And don't get me wrong. If you've ever seen my license plates, I love X's. But I don't know. If you go to Twitter now, just looking at that stupid fucking logo. I mean, I'm sure this is not the final logo. It just looks like, it looks so bad. It looks like a nightclub that opened up 15 years ago and only was open for like 3 months. You know what I mean? Like one of those like, it was popular for like a month. X. Luckily, the app is still Twitter. You know, it hasn't changed over. It's gonna be a sad day. I don't know. It just sucks. I think it's Twitter is you know, just it's something a lot of people. You know, when we lose these things. You know, when we lost MySpace, that was a sad day. When you logged into your old MySpace, even if you didn't use it anymore. You know, you knew it was there and you could like log in and look at all your old videos and stuff. And then one day Justin Timberlake bought it and just deleted everything. And you're like, what the fuck? You know, and there, you know, when Vine closed down, that was sad, and Periscope. But you see something like this and you're like, man, this ain't going to last. This is like the nail in the coffin. Now, Elon is saying that, you know, supposedly that they're going to change X into a place that where you could buy digital currency, you know, like Doge coins and Bitcoins, and they're going to make it like I don't know, marketplace, like NFT marketplace. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like he wants it to be the place where you go for everything, banking, everything, which, I mean, I get it, but I mean, couldn't you just call it a new company? Couldn't Elon just started a new company called X and leave Twitter alone? I wish he did that. And I know it's because Twitter's just gotten too big and it's just losing money. I get it. I think there was probably ways around that, you know, but I wish he made X a separate company. And it's going to suck. That I will say that as much as that, you know, Threads, I like Threads, you know, Facebook's version of Twitter. I like Threads, and it's very clean, and there's not barely any spam over there yet. I used it today and I was like, all right, well, I guess this will fill the notch if for some reason Twitter or X or whatever cancel or, you know, goes bankrupt. I guess I couldn't use Threads, which just kind of sucks though. And, you know, but what do you guys think about it? Do you guys even care? Do you guys even use Twitter anymore? I know a lot of my friends gave up on Twitter a long time ago. By the way, Brody, thanks for the tip, $2. Thank you, Brody. And host shit, Calix, thanks for the $5. Hey, Redban, before we get started, I bought almost everything on your shop because I thought it would be funny. Did you really? Oh, that's great. Thank you, Calix. Now's not the greatest time to buy everything on my shop, though. You bought almost. Wait, I bought almost everything on your shop. Oh, okay. Yeah, hopefully they were all your sizes, because right now there's a lot of stuff not in stock right now. But thank you, man. If you did that, thank you very much. Cool. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, do you guys use Twitter still? I think Twitter's mostly entertainers and bots and some echo chamber journalists. I'm guessing a name change isn't a red flag. It's just strange. Twitter has such a good type porn. I hope that doesn't change. Twitter is good for the news. Yeah, I mean, Twitter has become for me news. Like when I want to know if something what the fuck's going on, I go to Twitter. I don't go to CNN, Fox News, or any of that shit. I literally go on Twitter and type in O.J. Simpson or whatever it is. Earthquakes are great for it, or any kind of like, oh my God, there's a shooting. Like, it's a great source for up-to-date news. And, you know, it does have its issues, you know, especially with the spam lately and, you know, stuff like that. As a promoter for shows, you know, like broadcasting Kill Tony tickets on sale, secret show, when I'm going live on YouTube or and shit, it's great for that, you know? And, you know, Instagram doesn't have that. If there's like a shooting or something, or some kind of huge tornado, you're not going to Instagram and searching that, news. So I think there's a place for Twitter, X, whatever the fuck. I don't like calling it X. It's like when Facebook changed their name to Meta. Like, no one calls it Meta, right? You know how hard it is to say the words Meta? They just need to learn from their mistakes. If it, I don't know. They could have just remodeled Twitter, made it look different, made it cleaner or something. I don't know. Who knows? Let's move on. Let's look at some virtual reality news, shall we? Apple is now, Apple's about to release their new headset. Supposedly, we'll see what happens. It is going to definitely change the way VR is thought about. AR is thought about, you know how the Apple effect, when Apple does something, if anything, it's definitely going to influence a lot of people. Now, the price is not going to influence a lot of people, but this is the first generation, and supposedly the second generation is going to have a cheaper version, and the third is going to even have a cheaper version, just like how they do on the iPhones. We've talked about Apple VR AR for a while. It comes out early next year. Now, this is cool, though, because if you are a developer, if you know how to make VR content, and I know there's a few of you in the room right now that knows how to, you could maybe sign up to get a Vision Pro developer kit. Now, I did this with the original Quest 1 when Oculus had their first beta helmet out. I signed up as a developer and I got sent a developer kit. I had to pay for it. I don't remember how much it was, but I had VR before anyone even knew what VR was for the most part. I had, and I still have it somewhere. I need to pull it out of storage in my garage or whatever and find it. It's somewhere. Anyways, now you can sign up to get a Apple Vision Pro months before anyone will have their hands on it. You just got to prove that you have a company. But then the kicker is that you have to send it back. But still, Apple has now opened applications for the Vision Pro developer kits, which is sending out to app developers an effort to kickstart its first XR-specific app store. Vision Pro is set to launch 2024, like I already said. And it has a load of first-party apps already made from Apple, including like Safari, Photos, Music, Messengers, and Avatar support, FaceTime, blah, blah, blah. But they have been fairly mum on a list of third-party apps, listing only a few during its unveiling, including Disney+, Excel, Word, Teams, Zoom, WebEx, Rec Room, and so on, so on, so on. Now Apple is couching the headset as a general computing device capable of doing most anything a laptop can do. And they are opening it up. Apple says the dev kit, you can apply right now. And Apple says the dev kit includes helping set up the device, onboarding check-ins with Apple experts for UI design and development guidance, and so on. So they'll help you build your apps. I mean, you have to be an app developer that knows what you're doing and shit. And they'll help you walk it through it to make it look nice. So you have like your own customer support. Anyways, like most developer kits, the Vision Pro needs to be returned upon request. And also has to be stored in private, secure workplace that unauthorized people don't have access to view, handle, or use. The dev kit also needs to be password protected and never left unattended or removed. Pretty much, if you get it, you're not allowed to really show people or do anything with it unless it's behind closed doors. So it's not like you can get this and just start YouTubing videos about it because you'll get sued faster than a Chinese phone book. And you're not going to be allowed to take photos of it. You're not allowed to even probably say that you have it. You're probably signing some paperwork saying that you're not allowed to talk about it, do anything. But, if you're a app developer, if you could do VR stuff, AR stuff, you know how to do 3D modeling, maybe look into it because that's kind of cool. And what a way to be ahead of the game too, because like if you do this and when this comes out and you already have an app on it, you have the Twitter for VR. Twitter for VR. How about that? Vitter. I don't know. Vitter. You going to be creating the next Vitter? Might be cool. Anyways, check it out. You can get your development kits and all that stuff. Developer.apple.com. Developer.apple.com. Speaking of Meta, Meta CTO rebunks report claiming cancellation of Quest Pro line. Last week, I don't even think I reported on this because, you know, I'm one of the salty owners of the Meta Pro. As you guys know, if you watch Virtual Redban, you know I tried using it for a while, then it broke, then it started working again, and now it's broken again. I need to call and get it fixed, but I'm dragging my feet. What a nightmare. Then, after like 2 months of owning it, they dropped the price. $500, I think it was. Now it's $1,000. It used to be $1,500. I liked it when it worked. It was pretty cool. It was okay. It wasn't great. It looked nice, felt nice, had some little things I didn't like about here and there. The new controllers were kind of cool, I guess. But then there was reports last week that they are actually canceling any Pro 2 in the Pro line altogether because it was considered a failure. But according to the recent report, Meta is allegedly spinning down the Quest Pro alongside a broader move to cancel the future Pro line. But the CTO of Meta says, don't believe everything you read. Meta has reported stopped ordering new components for the Quest Pro because they probably have too many, while it thought Meta will continue selling its 1000 Pro branded mixed reality set as long as there's enough stock. The report alleges that the entire Pro line has been suspended. But he rebuts the claim, saying the Quest Pro 2 has officially been he says it's not true. Saying the team is developing multiple prototypes in parallel for all its projects. Notably, he doesn't address whether it's spinning down the current version of the Quest Pro, but he implies that the report of Quest Pro's 2 demise was the result of a disgruntled employee whose project was cut. So it's just an annoying employee making fake rumors because his project was cut because no one's buying the thing, so they don't want to spend any money. You know what I mean? Nick Lair, I was just watching Mark, and I know you're talking about Mark. Oh my God, brain fart. Mark from Protect Our Parks. Mark, why can't I think of his name right now? Mark. It'll come to me. Mark Norman, Jesus. Nick says, I was watching Mark Norman's new special and I keep getting distracted because I keep hearing you laugh. Now, I actually have heard this. I have heard this like 5 times in the last hour. Multiple people have told me that they heard me on Mark Norman's special laughing. I need to listen to it now. Is it on YouTube? Is Mark Norman's special on YouTube? If it's on YouTube, can you give me a timestamp of like when you hear me laughing? Mark Norman's new special. Yeah, it's called Soup to Nuts. It's on Netflix. Anyways, that's not me. It's not me though. I'm promising right now, it was not at Mark Norman's recording for his special. I don't watch stand-up comedy. I actually am pretty against watching stand-up comedy because I don't want to get jokes in my head and stuff like that. I rarely go to comedy clubs and watch any stand-up unless it is Brian Holtzman, Don Barris, Brody Stevens. I'll watch Joe Rogan just because, I mean, that's how I'm here. I got into stand-up comedy. I got into everything because I was a fan of Joe Rogan. And I watched Doug Stanhope. And I watched Joey Diaz. But I'll watch my boys. But I'll watch it once a year maybe. I'm not somebody that does that. But I've heard, but anyways, what I'm saying is I heard that a lot. I can't wait to hear it. If somebody can clip it and just tweet it to me, I would love to listen to it. Just the laugh. If you can find a good part where he's laughing. If not, I'll just watch it. Mark Norman is hilarious. He's a weirdo. I love him. Janice is obsessed with Mark Norman because she watches all the Protect Your Parks like in a row for a week. Like a couple weeks ago, she just watched them all in a row. And I don't watch every episode of JRE. And I haven't watched just clips of Protect Your Parks and stuff like that. But after the shit she tells me, like his, that Mark Norman wallet, when he pulls out his wallet, or it's not his wallet, his notes and shit. Like she's just always constantly telling me how crazy Mark is. She's like, the more I watch it, you learn that Mark is crazy. Mark's great though. I love Mark. But yeah, I would love to hear that. I mean, if it sounds like me, it just sounds like a witch cackle with a machine gun, like something like that. Yeah. Anyways, what else? Oh, House Flipper VR is coming to the PlayStation VR 2 next month. These kind of games I actually love. I love casual games, like a lot of people like The Sims and games like that. Those casual games. The older I get, the more casual the game I like. That's why I like Katamari so much. I like just just calmly playing a game, trying to escape reality. A lot of these games stress me out. It's just like, man, this is the opposite of why I'm playing a video game. I don't want to stress out. And games like House Flipper, which I have heard of, is one of those games. If you don't know what House Flipper is, it's a popular game. It's like a simulator game. It was first released, as a PC game, and then reimagined as a VR game on the Oculus Quest in 2020. And then it came to PC VR shortly after, but never made its way over to the PlayStation. It's pretty much a game where what you think, you buy a house, you flip it, you paint new walls on it, you try, it's a simulation game. You try to, those games are fun. Let's take a look at this trailer for the new PlayStation VR. There you go. That looks like a lot of fun. It's available for VR on August 11th. Speaking of house flipping and just home maintenance, having a house kind of sucks because, when something breaks, you have to fix it and things like this. This is my first house. I've never owned a house. I've always been an apartment boy. And, I always thought I wanted to have a house. But I tell you, if you haven't had a house, think about it, because there's a lot of little things that you never think of, especially when you have an HOA that's yelling at you because you got weeds or you didn't bring in your trash can. Like, I'm getting HOA fucking mail once a week now, and it really sucks. But one thing about this house is I always thought this house was interesting because the walls in this house are not... Is there any painters, house painters in the chat right now? I need some advice. And maybe, or any handyman out there that know. I mean, I've painted walls before, but I've never owned a house that has what I guess would be considered stucco paint. You know what I'm talking about? It's like not even that. The ceilings and everything have this texture to them. Like, I can try to zoom in so you guys can see. Let's just zoom in right here. See how it's textured? See how the wall is textured? I think it's like what? It's called stucco, maybe? Or, I mean, I knew in a house growing up, we had stucco, and it looks the same. So, now these walls, while they look nice, there's a texture to them, and I've always looked at them and thought, man, if I ever wanted to like get these walls painted, it seems like it would be a pain in the ass because they're textured, And then, when we moved in, everything seemed fine, but I noticed like something, like, I don't know, we were moving something and something brushed against one of the corners of the walls, and just a huge chunk fell off the corner, like, of the plaster, and showed like a smooth white wall underneath. I was like, what the fuck? How fragile are these walls? And it doesn't stop there. These walls also, because of the color of them, which is like a coffee with a lot of milk, stain, like quick. Like, there's little stains. Like, as an example, if you sneeze and it gets on the wall, and you'll sneeze and like sneeze shoots out across the room and goes on the wall, and you don't see it. It is now a circle dot on the wall, like a stain. It looks like a grease stain on your wall. There's little tiny stains everywhere on the wall, and if you try to get the stain off, it just rubs this paint off, where then it shows the bare wall underneath. And so I've been like, fuck, what did I get myself into when it comes to these walls? And something bad happened, though, the other day. I wasn't going to talk to you about this, but since this is a creepy episode of Creepy Week for me, I have this little bottle of CBD lube I might have talked about before, for adult relationships. And, when you're trying to find that, it's dark, you're in the heat of passion, you're just scrambling around looking for it. Well, anyways, I found it, I grab it, and I tried to squeeze it, and it wouldn't come out. It was like something was clogging the pore. So I squeezed it harder, and I just heard that. I'm like, okay, well, now it works. Ha ha. Where'd that squirt go? Woke up the next day, and next to my bed, there is a Dexter-style spray on my wall of where that lube sprayed on the wall. Now, this is oil, right? This is oil. So I took a wet, a day later, I took a wet towel and I tried to damp it. I don't want to like go like this and just like rub off all this fucking stucco shit. And, I tried it a few times and it looked like it would work, and then it dries, and nope, sure enough, when it dries, there's just this splatter of lube all on my wall above my bed. Now, I know lube is like an oil base, so I was thinking maybe I should use Dawn hand soap or something like that. Dish soap. I haven't tried it yet. Anyways, I'm asking you guys, please, if you guys know Is there any way to get oil lube off of that kind of paint? I'm thinking like I might have to ask my dad. Just be like, Dad, I was using sunscreen or something, or I was using Hawaiian tropic oil before I laid out or something. Lube is water based, but whatever's in this water based, and maybe it's the CBD. I got CBD splattered above my. I don't know. No one has any recommendations. And I know, and now paint the whole wall with lube. That's going to take a lot of lube. I mean, anyways, I wanted to know if there's any painters here, like, how annoying are these walls to, like, get all this? I guess you just have to sand down all these walls with, like, sanders and then reprime it and then paint it. Like, this is what a nightmare. The ceilings look fine, except even the ceilings, like, if you open like you have a Coke that fell and you open it and it sprays up, and then now you have fucking dots on your ceiling. I guess it's good for like if you finding leaks in your house. If you found a leak in your house, Gooby Gone. I don't think Gooby Gone, or I think Gooby Gone would make it worse. Use baking soda. Dish soap may work. It won't hurt. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It may work, or it may make it worse. That's what the problem with these walls. These walls are literally, you know what these walls are like? Like, literally, shit, what was I thinking of? Like that sensor in your phone that says if your phone got water damage and it gets red if it detects any. I mean, that's what these walls are like. Yeah, ask the paint guy for some questions. Maybe I could also. Here's another question. Have you guys ever taken like a chip of paint to like a paint place and they color matched it and then you tried to touch up? You can always see the touch up, right? Because that's what I always feel like I could see where people touch up something and I'm like, yeah, I could. I mean, you're not fooling anyone. I see exactly where you touched up that paint. I don't want that more. I'd rather have a lube sprayed above my bed. Just paint it, use semi-gloss if you want something that's clean. But I'm telling you, Pato, my whole entire house has this. I mean, it's a freaking nightmare. The texture does look good. I do like the texture on the wall. Don't get me wrong. I do like how it looks. It's just a delicate flower. I almost feel like I need to get a airbrush spray painting, airbrush painting machine. Like, do they make tiny ones just for touch up? Because I feel like if I could airbrush it and just like have a, so it's not like just a brush stroke covering up like a spot. I can like airbrush it maybe, make it like a small gradient, if that makes sense. No, I'm not renting this. I own this house. It's my first house. You can paint over it. It just won't be as bold anymore. Hang a nice poster. American Gladiators over it. Shane, yeah, I'll just hang. It sucks because we have somebody coming over tomorrow doing something, working on our house in the bedroom. And it just looks like, what the fuck happened here? Oh, God. Color matching is iffy. Yeah, that's what I thought. They can get it pretty close, but it's not going to be that close, right? It's always going to, I mean, how many times have you been in like a hotel room or an Airbnb and you're like, something happened here, something happened here, something happened here. And I'm sure they color matched it too. It's time to repaint. It won't hurt the texture. Yeah, but maybe I don't want the texture. That's what I'm saying. I think this texture makes it, like, how it just chips off and stuff. I don't think the texture is a good thing. I kind of like just the flatness of it. The texture can absorb moisture. The gloss in the paint will seal it better. Just dab it with a brush. Use a magic eraser to clean the walls. If I did that, it would shave the walls off. Like, you don't understand how, like, I almost wish I could show you right now how ridiculously fragile these walls are. Not airbrush, but auto paint spray. What if I just start spray painting my walls like a fucking fentanyl squatter? You're talking about blending paint. So there is a blending paint. And I should just go to a paint professional at my local Lowe's. I could put a poster of Tony Hinchcliffe above my bed. That, I'm sure Janice would love that. Cut a square out of the paint, take it to the Home Depot, get it colored matched, and use the paint for touch-up. You need a different sample for each room. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's just going to be a little off. It's hire a professional. You don't have time for painting and everything. Yeah, I will hire a professional. But I also, I'm also one of those people that's like, oh, shit, I got somebody painting my bedroom now. I don't want to move all this furniture and shit before they get here, I mean, what a nightmare. That's, Mark. Hey, what's up, Mark? That's so funny you said that, because I was actually thinking about this last night. I know growing up, my dad, we had wallpaper all over our house, and my dad once, when he made me help him peel wallpaper off in our dining room, he's like, Brian, don't ever wallpaper a house. And I was like, I know, Dad. I mean, this is taking me 2 hours to take off like 1 foot of wallpaper. This is a nightmare. And but now I'm wondering, is wallpaper technology better, and how does it work on stucco walls? I'm just going to put fucking wallpaper on the wall. I'll just put green screens in my bedroom so it looks like I'm having sex in space. Sherwin Williams, yeah. Use a clay bar. No, see, the problem is I don't know what the clay bar is, though. It's way better now. Wallpaper is. I don't think it is. It's glue and paper on your wall. That sounds like a nightmare. Especially the older it gets. If it's 10 years old, 20 years old, that wallpaper's in there. Especially on top of stucco. Whoa. I always wondered, because before I moved in here, this neighborhood I live in, like, there's never any houses for sale or anything. It's like a very sought after area of North Austin for techie people. And this neighborhood's new. And my house that I moved in was like a year old when I moved in. There was a previous owner that lived here for less than a year. And I always wondered, like, what happened? Why did they move in and move out? And I think it was because they bought the house during COVID, and then COVID, and they couldn't afford it, and that's why. But I also wonder if they were just like, fuck these walls. What the fuck? The lube incident is the worst day of your house's life. I mean, it kind of is. It sticks to the drywall and tears off paper on the front of it. Yeah. I know. And wallpaper, it's like one of those things. It's like buying a t-shirt or something, and then seeing that t-shirt every day for years and years and going, that is a horrible shirt. You just get sick of a design. But what if wallpaper just had like... No, I'm not talking about wallpaper. I'm not. I just can't wait until there's like hologram lasers that can just like scan my wall and make my wall any color I want it every day Wouldn't it be great that you just walk into your bedroom and like, today, I want my wallpaper to be a photo of a sunflower. And then your whole, I mean, that's what AR is pretty much. But what if it was like built into the walls, like, or the frames on the bottom and the top of the walls, they just like scan like a projection on your wall, so you can change your wall color every day. And every time you lose power, like it goes back to, and you see what your real walls are, and you're like, oh, gross. There's black mold everywhere. And you're just living in black mold because you've had hologram walls for like 5 years and you didn't know that your walls were all black moldy. Okay, let's look at some more VR news. Speaking of Barbie, speaking of AR, this AR Barbie is literally the size of a skyscraper. Now, AR is going to be more and more fun and entertaining when we start having glasses that we're just walking around and we see AR in real time, not when we're holding up our phone to things, like Pokemon Go to see AR. But this AR Barbie is the size of a skyscraper. Immersive technology brings its iconic doll into life in Dubai. By the way, if you don't know what Dubai is, let's just say, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to ever not be able to go to Dubai. But let's just say that's where a lot of OnlyFans girls and porn stars and strippers go to for a week vacation. And you're like, I thought you were living in your car. And you're like, they get hired a lot to go out to Dubai for certain reasons. Anyways, it's funny that Barbie's in Dubai. After a single weekend in theaters, the Barbie movie has already managed to amass a whopping $350 million, which is, by the way, that's no joke, dude. That's a huge opening weekend for Barbie. That movie could have went right to video. You know what I mean? Anyways, this immense success is no small part due to Warner Brothers' absolutely massive $150 million marketing campaign. Isn't that crazy? How do you spend? You know what's so crazy? If I was like Warner Brothers, I'd be like, I'll do it for $200,000. I'll market your movie for 200. Like what? How do you spend $150 million on marketing? That just seems in nuts. Doesn't that seem nuts to you? Like, it almost seems like they should do a documentary on spending $150 million on marketing a movie. Like, let us do the same amount of work for half the amount. I don't know, like some kind of reality show where they flip your house, but they flip your marketing budget. Jesus, Warner Brothers. Anyways, it seems like it's worked. Anyways, it involved a lot of bots, probably. They're probably not telling you where that money went. It probably all went to China. Tons of bots. Tons of people posting about the Barbie movie. Tons of hordes. Anyways, which involved everything from an official clothing line collaboration with Zara to a real-life Barbie dream house. Let's just look at the video. So this is an AR Barbie with no audio. Wow, look at that huge-ass Barbie. That's cool, though. I mean, by the way, just so people that don't know what AR in the chat room is, this isn't happening in real time. You have to have your phone out, pointed at a building in Dubai, and Barbie will just come out and kind of go, hi. You want to see Dubai's heart beam? You guys know the bean in Chicago? Look, they have a little heart beam in front of it. That's huge, though. That's cool. I just can't wait till the future of this where I want to see this in real time. Like, I want to see this walking down the street and I have contact lenses in where all the advertising's coming out of buildings. I mean, this is like 5 years away, right? We're all just walking down the street and every building has like an advertisement, like women, just huge women's CGI statues. And this is the greatest time. If you're younger, if you're maybe in high school, or if you're in college right now and you're really struggling to find out what you want to do in life. And trust me, honestly, we all know, us older guys from 20 to 30 years old, you are really, or at least I was really struggling to find what I wanted to be in life. Like I went through artist, web developer, videographer, trying to find yourself and find your job is one of the hardest things. Invest all your time in making 3D models, because just like these 3D models, like if you knew how to do this shit, this is going to be big when it comes to AR and VR. You're going to be ahead of the game if you invest time in learning how to make 3D audio. And then I know a lot of you are like, fuck it, Kill Tony has taught me that I don't need to do this. I could just write some jokes and make money. Let me... Anyways, this is in Dubai. It's, yeah. There you go. I guess it's on Snapchat. Is that what it's on? It is. Last week, the company launched an ad campaign with Snapchat featuring a variety of lenses that allow you to try on outfits from the film. Oh, so if you have Snapchat, there's a filter right now that lets you try on outfits from the movie. Now, I haven't used Snapchat in a while, even though Snapchat, somebody saw in the chat earlier, like, check out Snapchat's stock today. I saw that earlier. Why? What's going on with Snapchat? Let me just type in Snapchat stock. Now, I thought Snapchat was going to go bankrupt. Oh, dear Lord. Look at Snapchat stock. All right, so I thought whoever sent me that earlier, I thought you guys were going to say, oh, look, it like popped up and it's just going crazy. No, Snapchat looks like it had a horrible day. It plunges more than 17%. Yeah. This is a good example, by the way, though. Snapchat holding on strong also. Instead of changing its name to X or L or Boo or whatever, Snapchat is holding on, losing shitloads of money, about to go bankrupt probably. But I mean, if you're going to do it, just do it. And Snapchat has, the reason why they're still in business is, I guess it's really popular with like high school kids and middle school kids. No idea. Only time I go on Snapchat is to try to use a filter. And I am going to try to find a Barbie filter for my friends here. I never feel older than when I am trying to find filters. Trending. Has to be trending, right? Light filter, fresh filter. No. I want to fucking try on outfits from Barbie. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this? What is this? What is this? Man. Oh, wow. There we go. I mean, this is pretty hot. What dumb shit. Anyways, I guess I'm not going to try out the Barbie filter. I just tried to find it. I went on trending, didn't see anything about Barbie filters. I went on just filters. I scrolled through a lot, couldn't find it. So fuck you. Fuck you, Barbie filter. This next thing is one of the best news stories that I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to talk about this last virtual Redban, but I couldn't find a video for it. I don't think they've released a video. And unfortunately, this article doesn't show a video either. So we'll see once a video comes out. But UFC VR is something I'm sure a lot of people want to see. While this isn't UFC VR, it's probably the closest you're going to get. This new VR fighting game looks almost too brutal. And the reason why I wanted to see a video of it is because when you see some of these screenshots, it is hot. It's hot. No, it's disgusting. Could this be the most violent hand-to-hand combat game of all time? Monologic Games, the developer behind the upbeat VR gaming game Vin VR, this month revealed its latest game coming to headsets, VRSO, bare knuckle fighting. They should just sell this to UFC real quick. Come on, Dana. Let's get a meeting with Dana. The first series of planned VR sports simulators from the virtual reality sports organization VRSO. Okay, now you're getting kind of crazy. This one versus one fighting game tasks you with defeating opponents using your bare fists across a series of seedy back alley locations, all of which captured in stunning detail using photogrammetry. According to an official release, the animations were captured using motion capture technology in cooperation with professional fighters. This includes a variety of offensive and defensive movement, whatever. Let's just look at the photos. I mean, this is why, oh, come on. This is why I was looking for a video. That looks fucking brutal. That looks pretty fucking brutal. It just makes you like, wow, this looks cool and shit. You know what I mean? This looks cool. The graphics don't look bad and shit, right? What? Bless you, you bitch. While this looks cool and shit, you could just know that, like, if somebody did, like some professional huge studio did a UFC game in VR, and it got this gory and bloody, that would be pretty fucking cool. Right? I mean, you could just imagine imagine that, you know, this is just basic ass graphics, even though it looks great. But imagine like legit graphics. This looks very UFC-y. Graphics look good though here. I mean, sure, everything looks good still. And they only give you 4. I mean, this just looks This just looks like what I see all the time in the comedy community of Austin, Texas. Now, the guy on the left looks like Jeremiah if he shaved his head and started juicing or something. I don't know. There's something about that stare. The guy in the middle is just freaking me out. Anyways, there is no video footage of it. It has single player, supposedly it has multiplayer. Again, oh, there's that Jeremiah character. That looks like Jeremiah's face right there. Maybe make the nose a little bit bigger, but I see Jeremiah. Jeremiah, leave Brian Moses alone. I do like the cuts and the blood and like that might be when you're playing VR and you're punching people in the face and their face starts splitting open and shit. I mean, if it's done super realistically and stuff, that might be fucking cool. Anyways, it's scheduled to launch later this year on the Quest, PC VR, and PlayStation VR 2. So check it out. That looks good. I would like to see a fucking trailer. I just find it funny that they don't have a trailer for it. You know what I mean? If it comes out later this year and you can't even give us a little fucking teaser to dilly our dickles with. Pickles. Let us dilly our pickles a little. We've talked about this next game a few times, and they are, one of those games that are constantly updating their game with new downloads and courses. And everyone loves mini golf. And one of the best games is Walkabout Mini Golf. And their latest VR course is absolutely villainous. Aww. Anyways, they've had a number of updates of new exciting DLC courses, including Sweetopia, Fantasyland, Atlantis, Underwater. Anyways, they also, earlier this month, launched its 20th course called Laser Lair, set on a volcanic island in the South Pacific. Anyways, this is a diabolical course that has you putting through the deadly compound of supervillains. And let's just watch the trailer. No legs, no problem. Not here at the Meta Corporation. Yeah, I said Meta. Trying to be a better guy. Gotta start saying X soon. Meta X. Back in my day, it was butterscotch. And Wrigley's. All right, that looks fine. It's putt-putt golf. It's not that exciting, guys. It's called come on. You're killing me right now. It's called Laser Lair, and of course, it's a DLC for Walkabout Mini Golf, which if you get a VR headset and you like mini golf, I do recommend Walkabout Mini Golf. All right, let's do 2 more stories. Hello Kitty gets its own metaverse experience. What? There's a Hello Kitty metaverse experience. Anyways, Hello Kitty is receiving its own virtual destination inside Metagaya, a decentralized metaverse platform featuring AI-powered companions, AR games, and digital asset purchasing. Yeah, I know a lot of you don't know what that is. I don't feel like it. Anyways, I don't care. Let's move on. Why did I choose that one? Meta upgrades hand tracking on the headset. So Meta did just get a new update, and this new update makes hand tracking a lot better. Supposedly, according to Meta, it reduces latency by 40% and during typical movements, and 75% when performing faster actions. So that's good. What's this? I didn't start from the beginning. Hold on, lady. So this is just showing off what the hand tracking can do. Look, you got hands. You can do things like hit menus, scroll. You don't need controllers in the future. This is what Apple is going to probably be doing. So this looks like Beat Saber using her hands. Good workout, probably. You probably look like a fool. I wonder in the future if like there's going to be like laser curtains where like if you're doing like VR, AR working out in a room or something like that, that it's just like a curtain. It's the same technology to like make your walls different colors, you know, like it's just these like little things you put on the ground and it shoots up, and instead of like changing the color of your walls, it just makes a curtain in front of you so people can't see you going when you're in VR. We got to get this laser curtain technology, probably. Right? Well, good. Now's the time, guys, where part 1 is about to end. And part 2, where we jump into virtual reality, is about to start. So this is the end of part 1, and we're about to play part 2. And part 2 is where we're going to virtual reality. We pretty much are going to Barbie houses tonight. We're going to look up some new worlds. Let's just get deep in Barbie shit, hot chick VR action, shall we? You have 10 minutes to come back to youtube.com/Redban or wherever you're watching this right now for part 2, because this part's about to end. And in 10 minutes, you can watch us do all that dumb shit. So grab a drink, take a piss, walk the dog. Part 2 is about to start. Shall you?